guys, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to Lovin' It on Phuket. In this video, we're going to take a look at Big Buddha, or the Great Buddha of Phuket. Big Buddha Phuket is a monument of epic proportions. It sits atop Knackered Hill near Chalong at an elevation of 540 meters or 1,772 feet. Big Buddha, or the Great Buddha of Phuket, is a white marble sitting Buddha statue. At its base, it is 25 meters wide, or just under 148 feet. The monument's height is an impressive 45 meters, or 148 feet from base to top. If all that wasn't enough to make this Buddha big, it sits on top a small mountain outside of Chalong at an elevation of 540 meters, or approximately 1,772 feet high. This makes the top of Big Buddha Phuket's head 585 meters, or 1,920 feet above sea level. That's over half a kilometer, or over 1/3 of a mile in height, to the ocean below. No matter where you are or where you go in southern Phuket, you can see the monument overlooking the surrounding area with its satisfied divine grin. Big Buddha is so large and so high, it's visible from places like Karong Beach and Naiharn. Even on a cloudy and foggy day in 2019, when the sky was filled with a haze from fires in Indonesia, I still managed to capture the monument while taking a panoramic photograph of Promtap Cape, the most southern point on the island. Every year, thousands of tourists and Thai nationals flock to see Big Buddha Phuket. They come for various reasons. For most, Big Buddha is on their must-see list when visiting the island. For others, it's a religious pilgrimage. Whatever the reason is for going, it is certainly hard to miss this iconic symbol if you travel to Phuket. Construction of the Big Buddha Phuket monument began in 2002, and the main monument was said to be completed in 2014. In late 2017, when I visited the monument, it was still having marble tiles applied to its exterior. The rest of the grounds and the interior of the monument are still very much under construction. In September 2019, the rear gardens were closed while a crane was used to bring in some heavy stone sculptures. The Buddhas on the rear of the monument have not changed in 2 years and are still waiting to be finished. The serpent railings of the stairs and various other parts of the grounds are still in need of a lot of work, but the main monument's exterior is complete. In the 4 years I have been taking video and photographs at Big Buddha Phuket, I have seen many minor changes that have added up into a large portion of the project being completed. If you plan to visit Big Buddha Phuket, it will still be under construction for many years at the current rate work is being done. Getting to the monument is one of the simplest tasks and more difficult journeys you will find in Phuket. There are tours and vans available. Taxis will take you, or you can do as I prefer and drive a motorbike yourself. Tuk-tuk can make the trip, but probably will refuse the journey, since we'll have a hard time making it up the steep hills. I have witnessed a tuk-tuk attempt the trip a few years ago, and I have not seen one up there since. If you do decide to drive up there yourself, be sure you have GPS to at least get you to a point where there are signs directing you on your way. The monument is not hard to find visually, but getting on the right road can be a bit tricky, especially if you're not used to driving in Thailand. Because of the grade of the road, it is not recommended to drive up there if it is raining or the roads are wet. You should not attempt to drive up to the monument if you feel the need to drive slowly, because you will need to use speed to get up some of the steep hills. If you do not feel you have the confidence to drive a motorbike, just hire a car or book a seat in a van. Personally, I would not take a rental car up to Big Buddha out of fear of damaging it. The road up to the monument is anything but smooth. It's filled with potholes from materials and equipment being brought up for the construction. On the way up, you'll pass several restaurants. They're perfect for stopping at on your way back down. You'll also see several elephant tour camps. And there's many tourists on ATVs for the ATV adventure tours that travel around on the mountain. Even in low season when there's not a lot of tourists, the roads are still pretty crowded. You want to travel with care when heading up the hill. If you're comfortable driving a motorbike, the drive up to Big Buddha Phuket is one of the most enjoyable on the island. Also be mindful that there's loose sand on the road in places. There's always a lot of traffic on the road, with tourists coming and going from the monument. Tour vans are continually going up and down the hill, so you always want to proceed with caution. There's lots of twists and turns on the road on the way up to Big Buddha. If you're driving a motorbike and you're following behind a van or a car, you're going to want to use a little bit of caution. Larger vehicles require more time to slow down and go around these corners than you will on a motorbike. Be sure to look around and enjoy the view whenever you get the chance. There are lots of trees covering the roadway, so sometimes it's hard to see off the side of the mountain. But when you do catch a view out over the ocean, it's quite beautiful. Once you get to the top of the mountain, you come around a turn, and there he is, Big Buddha from behind. After 15 to 20 minutes of cautious driving up the side of the mountain, you finally made it up to the Big Buddha Phuket monument. Now it's time to park. You come in on the lower level, in behind Big Buddha, and have to make an immediate right. This will bring you into the parking area, and you'll have to find a place to park your motorbike. Finding parking for a motorbike is simple. The parking lot seems hectic, but you just need to take your time and go to the motorbike parking area. There are people in the parking lot to assist you. All you need to do is follow their instructions if you feel overwhelmed or you're lost. Welcome to Big Buddha Phuket. After you park at Big Buddha Phuket, you come in at the lower level behind Big Buddha. The lower level contains a variety of things, including a structure full of idols, snack and souvenir shops, and of course the famous Big Buddha Viewpoint. The first thing that you're going to see when you start to come into the back of Big Buddha is a giant billboard with a photograph of the current king. Past the billboard of the king, you'll notice on your right hand side there's a sitting area made out of what looks to be petrified wood. To your left will be a shack style building filled with various religious idols. Various religious figures are carved from stone, wood, and other materials. Some are painted gold, and some are left naturally. Some are brightly decorated. These are some of the most beautiful statues that you'll find around the monument. Here you can engage in prayer or make a small donation. It's definitely worth the time to walk through this small building and check out some of the carvings and sculptures. Some of these carvings show the similarities in Hinduism and Buddhism and how the gods and demigods overlap. The details and intricacies of some of these wooden carvings are absolutely astonishing. I particularly enjoy this large carving showing some monkeys. I have absolutely no clue what it pertains to, but I enjoy the detail and the scene it depicts. Proceeding from the building and out towards the viewpoint, you'll notice that there are some carvings rested up against some large rocks. In September of 2019, when I was at Big Buddha, there was a large wheel and some flamingo carvings. It'll be interesting to see where they end up being placed. The most notable carvings on the lower level are the staircase banisters of the serpent god Naga. If you stand at the bottom of the stairs and look up at the monument, from the right perspective, you can see the serpent coming from Buddha. For many people visiting the monument, seeing the large statue of Buddha is only half the draw. At half a kilometer high, the viewpoint overlooking the city of Chalong and out into the bay of the ocean is absolutely breathtaking. The large lower-level viewpoint is a paved area that offers a panoramic view over the city of Chalong and out into the bay. It's a perfect location for watching a storm come in and engulf the island from out in the ocean. On a sunny, clear day, you can get views out as far as Phi Phi Island. From the sides of the viewpoint, you can get a unique perspective of the forest-covered hills. Looking south, you can see as far down as Windmill Viewpoint and Promtep Cape. No matter what time of year it is, no matter what time of day it is, no matter what the weather is like, you can always get a unique perspective of southern Phuket from the Big Buddha Viewpoint. And although it did not make my top picks for places to photograph a sunset, it is actually a very beautiful location to watch the sunset into the ocean. The drive down at night, unfortunately, is a problem. Thanks for watching Lovin' It on Phuket. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more great videos from Phuket, Thailand, Southeast Asia, and beyond. Happy traveling!